Okay. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. Let me know if you guys can hear me. That way we are just making sure everything is good when we start up. So before we start, just a quick thing for everybody that we have some flash flooding ongoing currently down in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area here. And it is going to be quite interesting here. There is currently a flash flood emergency for the Robinson Township area and Oakdale, Pennsylvania. So we're going to click on this warning here, and you'll guys see here when we come here. So currently there is a flash flood emergency ongoing for Oakdale, Pennsylvania, Coriopolis. That is until midnight Eastern Daylight Time. And I gotta plug this in. I never plugged it in. So give me 1 second, folks, here. I will be right back, okay? Okay, we're back. Whew. Okay, folks, we are back. Sorry about that. I did not plug in my computer, so it was ready to die on us as I started our live stream here. So we are back here now. As you guys can see, currently we do have that area here that you guys can see here in the Oakdale, Pennsylvania area. There's three or four streams that run down through this Oakdale area here just south of Pittsburgh, uh, southwest of Pittsburgh, I would say. And there has been about 4 inches plus of rain that has come down through that area. And I actually went to college down here in Oakdale, just up the road. So I know how bad it floods here. And normally it's not good when it floods. So, uh, there is reports currently. Let's see. We are seeing reports of 3 to 4 inches of rain, and they're calling up to another inch of rain throughout the night until around midnight. But this flash flood emergency is ongoing until roughly midnight Eastern Daylight Time. Law enforcement has also reported. lots of flooding, cars submerged, like vehicles submerged in the waters. So that is going to be a very extremely like very dangerous situation here. And Oakdale, like I said, has at least four streams that go right to the center of town here. So that is not a good situation for Oakdale, Pennsylvania, and the surrounding areas as well. As a lot of these roads here, as you guys can see, like this road here, I know floods constantly as water runs down the fields and down the hilltops, down into these, I call them little bowl roads. That is because there's nowhere else for the water to go. It will go down the hill and then just completely cover the roadways. I know I 376 just out here. Let's see, zoom in here. That's 79. 376 runs down just outside of Oakdale here down to the Pittsburgh International Airport. And I do know that the exit here, 79 and 376, was a disaster area as there was multiple areas of flooding along I-376 near um, near this interchange here for the Pittsburgh airport or to go to Moon Township, which Moon Township is right here. So, and there's an exit, like I said, off the highway here. It splits off right here where you can go either to the airport or to the cargo areas, as they call it. That area was really, really backed up. And I'm going to call that like a traffic disaster area, basically, as it was really, really backed up. And we actually had people down there that I know get stuck in that traffic as water was crossing onto the highway there, causing lots and lots of traffic disruptions. So, and this couldn't happen at a worst possible time either. A lot of this flooding started right around rush hour, like dinner rush hour. So, definitely not a good situation down there in Robinson Township, that is for sure. Currently, roughly 11 o'clock, so that flash flood emergency here that we're looking at right here, folks. I mean, look at all that rain pushing through all the way up till 10:30. Luckily, there's a break in the rain, so we should be good for a little bit here. Like I said, that is going to expire at midnight, that flash flood warning and flash flood emergency. So the flash flood warning actually goes until 2 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time now through from the Pittsburgh National Weather Service. But the flash flood emergency for the Oakdale area through Coriopolis, yeah, Oakdale and Coriopolis has a flash flood emergency until 12 or what we say midnight Eastern Daylight Time. So we'll see if that gets either extended or reissued as this rain from the south. It does appear like it may push up through that area once again, which is definitely not a good situation. As I can definitely see another inch or two falling and pushing up into here because we have all of this rain coming in behind it. All of that rain here from the south. Now, a lot of it's going to go to the east of Pittsburgh here, but I can definitely see these southern portions right here pushing up right into those areas that already have ongoing severe flooding. There is water rescues ongoing currently throughout the Pittsburgh area. As you guys know, possibly Pittsburgh is a very hilly area, many, many hills, and a lot of what I call bowl communities where the water does not have anywhere else to go besides right into those towns. So, like I said, definitely not a good situation for the Pittsburgh area here. We're going to continue monitoring this here. I'm going to see if anybody is live currently. One's live at the moment. Take a look at some reports here. Oakdale, PA. Give me 1 second here, folks. We're gonna look up some reports here. Scanner. So let's take a look, listen into the scanner traffic here in Allegheny County area.
Just to advise you, I've made it all the way down to Peppercinis. There is no water down here at all. That whole road is clear. I've blocked at Peppercinis because there's that crew moving them dumpsters in the road right there.
Yeah, if anybody comes down, just turn them around. I go at 116 block the other way. I just, yeah, it's one of those things, give them an inch, take them out, just turn them all around from there, thank you.
So what you guys can hear, they are actively shutting down roadways here in the Allegheny County area, west and south, basically, of Allegheny County. Most likely down here by the Oakdale area, I'm sure.
Hold on, I'm going to be telling myself on a new service. Copy, 2251. I'll remain on the dispatch channel as well. I'm not signing off those two.
So yeah, you guys can actively hear that they are talking about shutting down roadways, turning people around, which is definitely a good thing, as we've seen multiple videos now throughout the night of people driving into these floodwaters. Folks, please, when flooded, turn around, don't drown. Don't forget that phrase, turn around, don't drown. Definitely not a good situation to put yourself in, especially if you get stuck. Then you got to wait for emergency services to risk their lives getting to you to pull you out of your vehicle, because I can tell you what, it only takes a little bit of water to strand your vehicle, and it only takes a little bit of water to push you down the creek, especially if it is a rapid moving water. And folks, it may look like it is not rapidly moving, but I can assure you a lot of times it is.
Command, go ahead.
Put all 181 units back in.
It does sound like
266 utility from Chief.
it does sound like a little bit of this flooding has subsided just a tad bit. But there'll definitely be flooding ongoing still throughout the night. I can say that right now. Throughout the night, there will definitely be ongoing flooding as more rain is pushing up from the south here. You will see that. All of this here. All of this rain coming up from the south here. I will show you guys if I go down just a little bit here. You guys can see, watch this rain. It's clearing out here, but down here, look at all that rain starting to pop up on radar here. That is going to cause an issue for these areas that have already had flooding ongoing, really heavy rain pushing in. I am definitely sure that this is going to cause more flooding on top of what they already have. I would not be surprised if anything gets extended out even further, as you're going to have lots of runoff off these mountaintops and pavement areas, especially all down around the city area. You're going to have lots of pavement, nothing for that water to soak into, and especially when you get these heavy rainfall events, right in the beginning, you're going to have so many issues with soil saturation, possible mudslides. I am definitely sure there's going to be a mudslide or two by the end of the night here in the Pittsburgh vicinity. It may not be the southern towns, but I could definitely see it somewhere in the area of Pittsburgh, as it does not take much to cause mudslides down here or even rock slides.
Highland Avenue in its entirety.
So
Deputy's gonna make a call to the DPW.
just kind of missed that here. Got a tree down blocking the roadway and on top of power lines down in the
There's no arcing or sparking at this time. We're gonna need butane light to remove them from the line. I got a pull number for you.
well, listen
I
in
believe
here,
the
folks.
butane light was already notified. I think we're working on Verizon at the moment. I copy. Pull number V Victor Z Zulu 40 VZ40.
So,
Copy, thank you.
so as you guys just heard, there is arcing going on with the power lines that have fallen down on a tree, and that is likely from some heavy winds and very heavy soil saturation. Um, as the ground, like I said, has 4 inches plus of rain here, folks, in the Pittsburgh vicinity. Do you realize how much 4 inches of rain is? That's a crazy amount of rain in a little bit of time here. So, definitely not a great situation here.
Collier 3400 County.
Got all this rain pushing in from the south, so definitely going to keep an eye on this area here.
Advisor is responding to 12 Walker's Mill Road for about a foot of water in the basement so far.
I have nothing up here in Stacey. I do have manpower for you. There's gonna reallocate resources to the rest of the county. Our backup would be 20 to 25 minutes away, so just keep that in mind.
You guys can hear people's basements are obviously flooding here in the Pittsburgh area. I would not be surprised if we hear more of those kind of calls throughout the night as well. And there's a lot of little streams that push through this area, so
Alright, I copy.
and it does sound like they are toning out somebody right now. We'll see what that calls for.
12 Walker's Mill Road, Collier Township. 126, 124, respond West Public Safety 2257.
I'll mute that again so the tones don't blast in y'all's ears. But that call was for, sounded like Walker Street. I gotta listen to that again. It appears that there is a creek flowing into someone's basement, so that is not a good situation. I am sure that is going to be a runoff area.
We're going to try to clear a little bit of it.
Let's see
It
here.
is not on any high tension lines, it's just communication lines. PD said they already
That's
notified
the power
Verizon
pole
and
they're talking
Comcast.
about.
That's affirmative.
I don't know if they'll get toned out again or not. I don't know, but I think Pittsburgh only tones out once, if I'm not mistaken. But we just had a tone out for, I'm not sure what town it was. I didn't catch it. There is a creek actively flowing into someone's basement. So I would not be surprised if that water rises even more than it already is,
You can clear out 611 Washington.
for sure.
2258.
and I will be right back, folks. Continue watching the radar here. What we're gonna do here, I'm gonna show you guys the flash flood emergency area here for the Oakdale vicinity. We will keep that on here for the Oakdale area as we watch this rain from the south push in. I bet we'll start hearing calls over the scanners once again for all this rain pushing up into the Oakdale area. If you are in the Oakdale area or anywhere south of Oakdale, like Washington area, and you're already having flooding, be prepared to have even more flooding occurring here shortly as you have all of this rain from the south going to be pushing in uh, throughout the night here. So definitely keep an eye if your creeks are not high yet. Keep an eye on them as you have to take into account that it does take some time for uh, rainfall runoff to make its way towards your area if you did not have a sudden burst of rain occur all at once and you're having it gradually rise. I would not be surprised if we see more flooding here soon in areas that may have not even flooded yet. I'll be right back, folks. Stay tuned here. We're going to continue watching this and monitoring this area here. I will be right back, folks. Stay tuned.
Front of Race Gym in the shopping center. Said there's a male that's been hanging out there since about 4 o'clock today, and they just want him checked on. He's a black male, about 20 years of age. He's got all black on with a gym bag. Carnegie, 3300 County. 848 Kennedy Street, apartment number 2, for 2 males fighting inside the apartment, and now they are outside fighting, headed towards Lee Street. Both appear to be under the influence. So black male and a white male. One has a dog with him.
Coffee time. Sorry, 295 DDT for DBW has it. I'm back. Copy 2302.
Three thirty 100 County. See the complaint in 115 Leon Road. Said someone has been knocking on the door and flashing a light in the window for about 10 minutes now. 2303. 18-wheeler stuck in the flooded parking lot at BJ's.
933 copy.
County to 3930, did you let fire know about this too?
Affirmative, fire is also on a call. Outside of the vehicle.
In the floodwaters at BJ's Wholesale Club, 4000 Victoria Street, South Fayette. 266, respond West Fire 3, 2305.
Hey, sir, we've got flooding here right there also. We can't get that way. Down for. County 3930. Let fire know we have flooding on Newberry.
66 Chief, 266 engine.
That's copy.
Are you guys clear? Yeah. Alright. Head over towards the DJs, watch the water. I got 2 boat teams on your way also. Okay. Units for the tractor trailer. The vehicle is unoccupied. It was reported to be smoking. It's in the parking lot. Correction, it's unconfirmed. Unconfirmed if anyone's in the vehicle. Copy 266 Chief. I got 266 engine responding. 180 boat, 161 and 66. Received.
3328 from County.
Go ahead.
Alright, she's saying that one of these actors are now knocking on the glass window.
At the same address?
Yeah, affirmative.
266 in to the BJ's with Chief 180.
To the window to see if it was police. It's one of the actors.
Coffee County, that was 828 Kennedy.
Affirmative. She's calling from apartment 2.
180 squad, you got a location? You know where you're going? Affirmative, we got one of their guys with us. That's the way.
Yes. Hey, I'm gonna have to go all the way down 50 and up Battle Ridge and Oak Ridge to get to the other side there. Copy. Alright, fire's on scene then. See if they have any more barricades to close that down as well. Craft 1119 on scene.
Copy 1119 on team 2309.
266 Chief from the engine. We're not going to be able to make it through from Miller's Run. Alright, 10-4. Chief 180's on, been deployed via foot. County from 266 engine. Do we have a better location on this semi?
County, I'll be up in Kennedy.
Going to BJ's. Looks like police are on scene. I'm going to try to get if there's any updates for you.
I can see it from the train tracks standing above the roadway here. No, does not look like there's active fire. However, the underpass here is completely blocked. All units responding are going to have to come in off of Presto Saigan if possible. Or Tom's Run Road. Correction. The affirmative, also.
County copy.
66 Chief.
Okay, Chief.
125 has a crew at their station. See if they can get access to that.
Copy.
180 to 266 Chief. Do we have an exact location?
125, are you on West Fire Dispatch?
Way up there on foot.
Good, County. You guys able to head down to BJ's Wholesale from your direction? Affirmative.
Engine to county. Hold all units for right now. We're making our way on foot. No active fire.
All units for BJ's, hold your positions, 2312.
Chief from the engine. Chief answering. I made my way on foot with 180, Chief. No active fire, no smoke. We're looking at the trailer and truck right now. 180 boat one's on scene.
That was 930 at the end, correct? $1119, was that 930 at the end?
266 Chief. Water Rescue Command. Good. 181's entering the water.
Yeah, I see.
180 Chief told all boat crews, hold fast. I'm going to see how deep this water is. whether we're going to need a boat or not.
Yankee 3335 from County. Can you call index again, please? I'll be out.
To hold. That's affirmative. We're holding right here.
Kind of copies. North Van 3600 County. See complaint in 354 Cliff Mine Road, attempting to get into the friend's driveway and got stuck.
3627 County.
3627. Copies for 22.
Chiefs, all crews, we're good here. He's backing out now. One 182. Go ahead, sir. Hey, Brad, be careful coming back. Where you walked up to the hill is starting to take on a lot of water. Going to be probably waist deep by the time you guys get back here. Okay, we'll go up and over the tracks. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When you come down off the track, that field is now gone. It's completely underwater. Understood.
Alrighty, folks, we are back. Sorry about that.
66 command from 180 Chief. You have about a foot of water, or a foot more before it goes into the store at the loading dock.
Okay, as you guys can hear,
All right, I'm headed to the South Bay at BJ's Wholesale Club. GPS says I'll be there in about 20 minutes. Leave Coriopolis street flooding right now.
so as you guys can hear, Beating Barry is currently on this system down here in Pittsburgh. I'd actually be down there right now, but I had to work today, obviously, so work has to come first. But as you guys can see and hear, there is more rain ongoing here down by the Pittsburgh area, pushing up from the south here. And Storm Chaser Beating Barry with Keystone Prime and Live Storms Media, which you can find his live streams by either going to the Live Storm Media page or his own page, Keystone Prime. Once again, that is Keystone Prime. I have him on our Zillow channel here right now. He is live as well. For reasons I cannot show his live stream, but He is currently heading to the South Fayette Wholesale BJ's, which is down in this vicinity here, down in this area, I believe, folks. There's ongoing flooding with vehicles trapped, I guess. Definitely not a good situation here. He's about 20 minutes out, he said. Hey, B. Dean, you got a copy?
Yeah, it's perfect.
What is your current location right now?
933.
I'm getting ready to get on I-79 southbound, coming out of the Coriopolis area.
So as you guys can hear, B. Dean Barry currently near the Coriopolis area, which is just on the other side of Oakdale here. Right here. Right there is Coriopolis, right along the riverfront. Spent many times down here in Coriopolis when I was down here in college. So definitely a familiar area with me for sure. And that was included in that flash flood emergency that is effective for about another 40 minutes. And we'll see if they extend that. They have not extended it yet, so there's still currently a flash flood emergency ongoing. Lots of flooding going on here, folks. So currently, B.D. Barry on the road near the Coriopolis area, heading towards the South Fayette area, as there's a BJ's store currently with water entering the parking lot.
So that creek is flowing pretty good now. We're good. The drones are up. They're taking back to command the chief.
They got drones up right now watching these cricks. Believe it or not, they are utilizing drones right now.
We can do, but the water is rising rapidly over here on the Blaze side. Do we have any further concerns?
See, now we're getting that runoff I was talking about.
I haven't found anything yet. I'll keep digging.
And this is nighttime, folks. This is not a good situation down here in the Pittsburgh area.
All the servers are back up, so maybe check Cody and see if there's something there.
Okay. I see some movement down there. I can't. Down there in the water.
266 Chief County.
266 Chief, yes.
Yeah, 117 Chief just called me. Said that he's getting a report the multiple vehicles driving through flood waters on Presto Sigan. Says the water is pretty fast there.
So there are actively people driving through floodwaters, folks. If you are in the area and you cannot see the roadway whatsoever because of floodwaters, please turn around. Don't drown. I can't stress that enough. We cannot be driving through floodwaters, especially in the nighttime, folks. It's not good to do it in the night either, nor is it good to do it in the daytime. Don't do it at all, especially since you have more rain pushing up from the south here now. So these roads, especially this area, that is definitely going into that area that is already having major flooding issues. That area is going to have even more flooding issues here soon. Active water rescues ongoing down here in the south towns of Pittsburgh and just west of Pittsburgh as well.
Water back to command the chief. Yes. I'm getting the boats turned around here at Blaze. Are they needed to dispatch anywhere or just stand by?
And I am sorry, folks, if I do get silent. Kind of reading some stuff, watching over some things. So just kind of hang tight with me here. It is coming for y'all. That is for sure. Active water rescues ongoing down here in the Pittsburgh vicinity.
5273 Range Drive in Baldwin for water condition in the basement. 104, 107, Channel 5, 2324.
Definitely not a good situation. Hey Connie, how's it going? There's definitely lots of rain coming. Still ongoing here. Definitely not over yet tonight. Definitely not over tonight. That is for sure.
For vehicle accident, vehicle reportedly in a ditch, unknown injuries. Nickel Avenue, George Street, McKees Rock. Station 277, respond. West Fire 2 at 2325.
Back of it. Alright, you want to throw them down by Blaze. That's copy. You might text.
Exactly. Turn around, don't drown. That is for sure the most important thing to learn tonight out of this live stream. Turn around, don't drown. There is plenty of people driving into these floodwaters as we speak. As we speak, folks, we do not need to be doing this. And it's not even over yet. There's still runoff to come off these mountainsides. So these creeks that may seem okay, they might leave these creeks, and then 20, 30 minutes later, they might be really bad. And I would not be surprised to see if Bridgeville has an issue, possibly. I'm keeping my eye on Bridgeville, as I remember I was down here in the Bridgeville area when it flooded last time, really really bad, and that was 2021 during the remains of Hurricane Ida. I was down there for that. I was in college. I was actually working at the Top Golf at that time, just across the highway here in the development area.
Station 255, requested to respond to Bridgeville. 117 Chief, requesting you to the command post, crossing
Oh,
the rail yard. Coming on West Public Safety, 2327.
speaking of Bridgeville, they're requesting more people at Bridgeville
Water Rescue Command, the Chief 266.
for Water Rescue Command. I'm wondering if Bridgeville is not underwater, maybe?
Around the Tesla dealership, so there's life over there.
Maybe that's just their command post at the moment, but I would not be surprised if Bridgeville has an issue at some point.
This is a fire accident, no patient.
Very curious what happens here. Hey, Beating, just wanted to let you know that command post is in Bridgeville for Water Rescue Command Post.
Water in the basement. 54 Taylor Street, Crafton, station 128.
Oh, cool. Good info. Good info.
At 2328.
So what's the story with this collapse?
That's what I'm currently trying to listen into and figure out here. I just kind of briefly heard it on the radio, so.
Station 740 on E3.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I wish I still had my catalog in for county. I could just look at all this stuff on the screen.
Neighbor earlier, the assailant's not there. Timeout 2328.
Currently, building just reported here, folks.
Yeah, I thought I heard about that water rescue earlier too there.
744.
Of a building or a ceiling collapse, possibly. Not sure where at.
128 from 1112.
Trying to listen here, folks. I'm sorry if I go silent for a minute. Just very curious here. What's going on?
790 on E4 with the fire department. 35 River Road. Hazel for a water condition, water coming into the basement. Timeout 2329.
112.
Copy that. County 744. Do you have police at Mile 510?
Sounded like they said a roof collapse, which if it's a flatter roof, I would not be surprised if that amount of rain with a possibly clogged drains
I'm showing we have officers on scene.
is causing that roof to collapse, if it is a collapse of a roof and not a structure. Currently still monitoring this area here, folks, of the Oakdale area. Obviously, we know Oakdale's flooded
Go ahead, 1112.
with cars floating. And Bridgeville currently under a command post for water rescues. So there must be, they must be fine here in Bridgeville currently. We're going to continue to monitor that, though. Hey, BD, you got a copy?
Yeah, it's affirmative.
Copy, I'm not showing anybody en route yet.
It sounded like they said that it was a roof collapse, and I'm wondering if it wasn't from maybe a flat roof building, and there's just been so much rain, and maybe their drains on their roof are clogged. Maybe that caused a collapse.
That wouldn't surprise me. That the flat roof buildings do that all the time. And is that at the destination, or is that a different building?
I'm honestly not positive on the location of that. I was trying to listen, but um, they only speak once typically on down there in Pittsburgh, so kind of hard to follow along sometimes.
Well, yeah, you're dealing with a 5-zone system in Allegheny County, and then each zone is split into sub-zones, and they're all going off right now. It's pretty hectic.
Oh, for sure. And there's more. I'm watching radar. There's definitely a lot more rain pushing from the south here. So I am currently actively watching this rain push from the south, hoping that Bridgeville does not have an issue at some point from runoff, as that rain will come from like the upper St. Clair, Mount Lebanon area. That is what caused that major flooding there during Hurricane Ida remains that I was down there for. So currently, like I said, command post is in Bridgeville, but maybe they might have to move that if this rain continues.
Copy that. I'm going to be getting off 79 at the Bridgeville exit. Did they actually specify a location within Bridgeville?
Yeah, the command post in Bridgeville is at the rail yard. So I believe that's down by the lumber area, like storage shed lumber area. I think maybe that's where that's at.
Copy that.
Victoria, press those Again's code off. We're going to grab some more cones to throw by Top Golf and block it that way, just so you know.
So they're blocking the road off by Top Golf, which I used to work at Top Golf, so I'm pretty familiar with the area here. Um, so Top Golf would be off to your right. You're obviously probably passing that now. They're shutting down the road here now near Top Golf,
Yeah,
folks.
I think so. I believe that's what I'm seeing. No, that's a stadium. I'm passing the Carvana vending machine.
Yeah, that would be the Top Golf that you just passed. That would be the Top Golf. That's a 3-story driving range. Yep. So B Dean is exiting the highway here.
I had no idea. That's ridiculous. All right, I'm hitting the exit now.
It was the best place I ever worked though as a college job. I'll never forget that place. I'd go back there in a heartbeat if I could. So B Dean's right here, folks. With Keystone Prime here. He's passing that Top Golf. Getting off at the Bridgeville exit. The main flooding points of Bridgeville, Beading. I don't know if you're familiar with the area. When you get off the exit, you're gonna go towards like the McDonald's area, and when you get to that intersection where you can see McDonald's, you're gonna want to turn left, and then you'll get towards the middle of town down a hill. You'll see like the really steep hill road. Go down that way, and that takes you into like the main heart of Bridgeville where it floods.
Okay, that's good info. Good info. Um, where are you at?
I'm at home. I honestly I wanted to come down, but work is work, so it had to be done. Had to train a new guy today.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I can see all the police lights and everything over there behind me. I'm gonna whip around at the end and go down there. I'm gonna see what I see.
I know they're shutting the road down by Carvana. It's a big plaza road now. That is where the cones are going to be set up. There's a creek that runs down behind Top Golf, and I'm sure that thing's flooding like crazy right now. So the BJ's parking lot is would be off to the left of the Carvana area. So that is likely that's why they're throwing cones down in that road of Carvana. There's a creek that runs right down through there. So
Gotcha. Well, it sounds like a plan. We'll go over there and talk to him.
sounds like a plan. Let me know when you find out.
Hey, can you put a note in the cat on my resource out of the water will be staged?
So we just spoke with B. Dean Barry here, folks. He's getting off this Bridgeville exit here, uh, just outside of Oakdale. Oakdale is right up this way, right here. Currently ongoing flooding in Oakdale, Pennsylvania. And there's a creek just off to the left here off of I-79, north and southbound. There's a creek that runs along the backside, if you can see where my mouse is, through this kind of road area. Can't really, like, this isn't the stream, this is a road obviously, but there's a creek that runs right next to it on the other side of Top Golf. And when I worked there, I remember some days it rained hard enough that it didn't take much to make that creek go up. So definitely a flooding concern for the Top Golf area too. I'm sure they possibly evacuated Top Golf. I would not be surprised. We're going to continue to monitor this, especially with this rain pushing from the south currently. Looks like a lot of the heavier stuff went to the east of Pittsburgh, thankfully. A lot of it is dissipating here, as you guys can see, off on the western half of Pittsburgh. It's transitioning over to the eastern half, as you guys can see here. Heading right for the PA Storm Trackers location. If you haven't already, go check them out as well.
All
Great
right, I'm out
coverage.
on
Oh,
Miller's
speeding.
Run Road, where the creek's flowing over the road here. I'm gonna light it up and get some footage. That's just a shuttered road. That's all that is. It's a very active scene about a mile back, or a mile back, about a half mile back. Very active scene, which is where we're going to be looking. And I'm going to poke around there in a second, but I'm going to get this flooding footage here real quick.
Okay, sounds good, B Dean. Yeah, there's houses down that road. I believe I know what road you're sitting at. There's an intersection there. It goes off to the left-hand side of Top Golf. And not in the Plaza roads, but there's another road intersection that goes out that way. There's houses down that way, right where the creek crosses the road there. And there's like 4 or 5 houses. I would not be surprised if they're getting hit by water.
There are people over at the Tesla dealership, correct?
Copy that. I'll be back.
Negative. I was mistaken. It looks like no one's here. That was some fire guys over there.
That's copy.
So active flooding currently, according to B Dean, here in uh, South Fayette, which I'm sure that runoff off the hills here is making its way down into somewhat the Bridgeville area.
933 to 30. Hey, you copy? Yeah, go ahead. Hey, medics are saying all your routes are flooded now.
definitely not a good situation here, folks. We're going to continue to monitor this for everybody here.
I was just over by Top Golf, so it's open. They're toning it off now. I'm back out on Presto again, heading back up Oak Ridge.
Talking about Top Golf here, folks.
Copy. All right, thanks.
Toning people out here at Top Golf, I think.
Stand by, be prepared to copy a Boulevard of Carnegie. Attention all units, the Carnegie Police Department are requesting you be on the lookout for the following runaway juveniles. Alexandra Marshall, 15-year-old, white female, brown hair, brown eyes, 5'2", 120 pounds, last seen wearing plaid pajama bottoms and a black hoodie. Fiona Marshall, 13-year-old,
Definitely not
white
about
female,
flooding.
blonde hair, hazel eyes, 5'2", 120 pounds, last seen wearing plaid pajama bottoms as well and a purple hoodie. Both females last seen at their father's residence about 1900 hours on 411, maybe trying to make their way to their mother's residence in Carmichael's, PA. If located, hold in contact Carnegie Police Department if those juveniles have been entered into the NCIC system. Again, Carnegie Police are requesting you be on the lookout for the following juveniles. Alexandra Marshall, 15-year-old white female, brown hair, brown eyes, 5'2", 120 pounds, last seen wearing plaid pajama bottoms and a black hoodie. The Fiona Marshall, 13-year-old white female, blonde hair, hazel eyes, 5'2", 120 pounds, last seen wearing plaid pajama bottoms and a purple hoodie. Both females were last seen at their father's residence approximately 1900 hours on 411. Maybe trying to make their way to their mother's residence in Carmichael's, PA. Is seen stop and hold and contact Carnegie Police. Both juveniles
Logan,
have
I'm
been
going back
entered
to
into
the scene,
NCIC.
and I'm going to get out and see if I can find out what's going on.
Okay, Beating. Sounds good. Yeah, it sounds like they're trying to block off that plaza area. And it does sound like the creek may be overflowing into those houses down the road from Topgolf. It'd be on the left, the backhand side of Topgolf.
It definitely looks like it. They have this whole place locked down, this whole entryway. Um, I'm going to try to get in this parking lot. Yeah, if I can squeak into this parking lot over around their scene and talk to somebody, I'll see what I can do.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, let me know. I'm keeping the live stream up to date and kind of curious as well since I kind of lived down there for a little bit of my life. So I know that area pretty well, especially with the flooding ordeal. So definitely ongoing flooding here just to the west of Bridgeville on the other side of I-79, right here near the Top Golf area. You guys can see my cursor here. I think you guys see my cursor. There we go. Right through this area, this road is flooded right here, and I'm sure the houses here in this vicinity are also flooded. That's where the creek crosses right here, and I would not be surprised if the water from Oakdale has made its way possibly down this roadway into that intersection there. And there's quite a few houses in that area. Let's take a listen here.
Good down there.
All right, that's copy. Thank you for checking.
So, like I said, we have Storm Chaser beating Barry with us on our Zillow radio, keeping us up to date here with the Bridgeville area, this vicinity here. Currently ongoing flooding in South Fayette and Oakdale and Coriopolis as well. Lots of people driving through floodwaters. Lots of water rescues ongoing.
We're going to be clear from Elizabeth. There'll be some charges by summons, and Stems is going to take the male up to the hospital and get his cut.
We'll mute that. So we have more rain pushing from the south, and I know I keep saying this, but I just want to keep warning everybody here. It's not a crazy amount of rain, as you guys can see. It is starting to kind of lighten up a little bit here once it loads. See that? You have this rain. Green is pretty good. So this stuff off to the east. I would not be surprised if we start hearing about flood reports from the eastern side of Pittsburgh. Definitely, probably could be an issue here soon. I would not be surprised if you start hearing about Greensburg flooding, Connellsville, Blairsville possibly even flooding, Irwin, all that area, possibly even like Boswell, Jennerstown, Seven Springs, Mount Pleasant, Somerset. We will see. I know the PA Storm Trackers area is out that way, so they'll probably keep us up to date of what they get out that way as well. So, but definitely not a good situation that is ongoing currently down here in the Pittsburgh vicinity, rainfall wise. But we have this massive train of flash flood warnings, as you guys can see. And where I'm at, I actually have a special weather statement just to the west of me. A strong thunderstorm with 50-mile-an-hour winds possibly, just off to the west of me. It's definitely raining, so that is a current look of Pennsylvania. All that lightning. Yeah, look at this train of flash flood warnings, folks. Look at all that. All that red box. Bunch of flash flood warnings. Trying to look at some stuff here. Hold on, folks. Sorry. Yeah, definitely a lot heavier rain pushing to the east of Pittsburgh now. I'm sure they'll have some flooding down this way. As can see it's kind of building up here to the east, right through here.
Engine 2, 2350.
I mean, there's definitely more rain to come to the western portion of Pittsburgh that's currently having flooding issues. We have 10 minutes until that flash flood emergency expires. Like I said, there is ongoing flooding still to the just to the west on the other side of uh, Bridgeville here in South Fayette, right next to the Top Golf. So it'd be considered the Pittsburgh Top Golf or the South Fayette Top Golf here. There's an intersection right up the road from the Top Golf that has a creek crossing, and I guess that is underwater currently, and there are houses that way. So hopefully these houses in this vicinity here are okay. Hopefully everybody made it out all right. Hopefully either rescued by a boat or got out in time. And then just off to our east a little bit, like Oakdale is right here. And earlier they had some pretty bad flooding, I guess. Seeing some of the pictures I saw, definitely did not look like a good situation here in Oakdale. And I believe they have 3 or 4 creeks that run into Oakdale. And if we could take a look at that here. 1 second.
Cali, shoot 225 engine 2.
They have 3 creeks that run. You guys can see it here.
2351.
So you have the creek here, this creek entering, and this creek, and it's a big bowl. Oakdale is basically the salad bowl for all that water to just kind of hang in there, right? That's the sink. Oakdale's the drain, as they may say. Even though it is really not draining, it is acting like a plug. And definitely, like I said, my heart goes out to those people there in Oakdale, as that is not a good situation to deal um, with that flooding. You have 3 creeks there, and there was cars floating and stuff. So not a good situation in Oakdale at all. But if you go over to Bridgeville area, South Fayette, where I was telling you it was kind of starting to flood, and it was flooding that intersection there. You guys can see, here's the Top Golf, right? There's the Top Golf. There's that creek. And then there's another creek that runs right along the road, right here. And it splits off right there. But uh, technically, where that flooding is, I'm sure where the homes are, is considered Presto. That's the little, like, I don't know what you would call it, a borough or a village, possibly. Presto. Would not be surprised if they have some major or some moderate flooding ongoing there in the Presto area. But definitely ongoing flooding near the Top Golf for sure. And they do have command posts set up in Bridgeville for anybody that was wondering. And we'll leave this map on because this is a good map to show those creeks. So they have the road closed from basically Route 50 north. So Route 50. Oh,
Okay, Logan, you there?
hold on, folks. We got a message from B. Dean Barry, Keystone Prime. Yes, B. Dean, come in.
Okay, so Chartiers Creek. Chartiers Creek is way over its banks, and the water's coming up pretty quick. It's still continuing to come up. We're in a runoff area down here. The accumulated rainfall from earlier in the day is still running downhill. We are underwater here on this street. It looks like Newbury. And that's going all the way from the end of the shopping mall under the overpass there, all the way up to the Tesla dealership is underwater. And we're unable to confirm if those houses back there are involved or not. Water rescue is out here, and they are getting ready to put boats in, but they are holding off. I think they've got a guy on the other side.
Okay, thanks to B. Dean for that update. Definitely a scary situation, I would say. I know exactly where you're talking about. Yeah, if you that road that goes, like I said, to the left of Top Golf, it goes out to the Presto little village. I would consider that a village, maybe, of Presto. If you want to get down that way, you can take Route 50 under 79, go through the Bridgeville area, take the there's an exit. I forget the road name. It goes off of 50 right before Kerwin Heights, between Kerwin Heights and Bridgeville, and that would take you to the other side of Presto. There's a bridge that goes right into the village. You might be able to get right up near that. It goes right under 79. So
918 to 930.
Sounds good. I am somewhat familiar with the area. About 15 years ago, I had a job at Kerwin Heights EMS there. So I kind of remember some of this area. I'm going to try to get back through there, see what I can find.
Back in service up Road 3.
hold on, folks. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to help Beating here. He's currently down here by the Tesla dealership. Right here. You guys can see my mouse. He'd be right in this vicinity. He's talking about Chartiers Creek, which is this creek right here. Way over its banks, he said, flooding into the um, Tesla dealership, which is actually fairly new. That's definitely not a good situation there, especially with all those batteries. I'm sure that's not a good situation either. So if that's Tesla dealership, this is the floodplain, if you can imagine. This is all floodplain right here. Then if that is overflowing, it is definitely overflowing into the village of Presto. I would not be surprised if that's why they're launching the boats, possibly to launch into Presto, because there are homes right at this intersection right here in the Presto area, just north of Top Golf.
933 from County.
And I've seen that area flood before. It's not nice a lot of times because you get all these three hills here running off with water right into that village. There's a small little creek that runs along the road here. You guys can see right here. There's a small little creek, and I'm sure that thing is not looking small at the moment.
Copy at 3930 from County.
930, guys.
All right, I finally got in touch with somebody at Tesla through their customer service line, and they were not very cooperative. They had told me they were going to try to call a key holder or somebody that is able to respond to that location, and for me not to hold my breath, and that's why they have insurance.
Well, you just heard that, folks, about Tesla.
Sound like nice people. Oh, well, we'll see what happens.
I did my best. That's all I got.
So you just heard that straight, folks. Tesla said they're not worried about their cars being flooded, as that they have insurance for a reason. a
They're
reason.
going to have a sale on them next week.
Hey, Beating, you got a copy?
Yeah, it's affirmative.
If you take Presley, it's called Presley Road. That'd take you to the other side of the village of Presto.
Copy that. I was just saying that out loud when you called. I was squinting at the GPS up here, but that's going to be coming up on my left down here.
Alrighty, sounds good. Yeah, keep me in touch. I'm sure that area is flooded. I'm sure those homes down there in the intersection are seeing water, especially if Tesla's underwater. It's kind of funny that county just contacted Tesla, and I guess they told them, "Don't worry about it. Don't hold your breath." And that's why they have insurance on all the cars.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't think it's quite into the dealership yet. It's right up to it, and we're turning here on Presley.
1902 County.
Beating is right here, folks. Right here on Presley. He'll be crossing underneath. You guys can see this. He's right here. Right along Presley Road here. Definitely, probably going to see some flooding once he gets up underneath this I-79. So
Okay, thanks.
county is very busy tonight.
Detective, we're ready.
You guys can see the
I think
ongoing.
I remember this right. I think
Oh.
this is an alternate route to get to St. Clair Hospital, if I'm not mistaken.
St. Clair. Did you turn right onto Presley Road or did you turn left?
Left.
All right, yeah, you're good. You're going the right way then. Sorry, I thought you were going the wrong way. But no, that is not how you get to St. Clair Hospital. St. Clair Hospital is another road or two up. You take the road right near the Texas Roadhouse, and you go up into Upper St. Clair.
Okay, that's right. I'm thinking I'm closer to Collier Township than I am.
Yeah, I used to ride the train from Upper St. Clair all the way downtown when I worked downtown every morning.
Okay. I can't even remember what they call the train in Pittsburgh now. I remember when I first started working here, the only train system I had any familiarity with in the country for transit was the Boston one. So I called it the MBTA at work one time, and people looked at me like I was crazy.
I just always called it the T when I was down there.
That's what they call it, the T.
So
So it probably didn't show well on camera back there, because it is very dark out here. We're passing Top Golf on the left here now. The creek down here, Chartiers Creek, is way up.
he's right
Obvious if
here,
it's going
folks.
going over the road down there. However, it is very high. I can see it in the dark off to my left.
So, folks, he's right here. Eden's right here, as you can see. Presto's right there. He's right there. He said he can see the creek. It's pretty high, so would not be surprised if those houses are experiencing some unfortunate flooding at the moment. Definitely not a good ongoing situation. I'm sure flooding is going to continue for a while here. And they did let that flash flood emergency expire. The National Weather Service of Pittsburgh let that expire, so there's no more.
Hey, Logan.
Hey, what you got going on?
All right, I'm going to have to shoot this gonzo when I come back. I'm just going to have to stop in the middle of the road on my way back. I'm still headed down towards Chartiers Creek. um, coming in the back side of where that blockade was. Um, However, I can see high water all through the BJ's wholesale parking lot into the loading docks back there, and I don't know if there's exposure in the building back there or not. But I'm gonna have to stop and take a look on the way back, and I will let you know what I find.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah, definitely not a good situation ongoing down there, is it?
It is not, but that's the commitment to excellence we have here, and we are going to keep you informed of all of the happenings here on Storm Chaser Logan Ezra's channel.
Thank you very much. Trying to and kind of keep up with the live streaming a little bit, since I couldn't make it out, I kind of wanted to do some form of coverage, so I'm trying something new. So it does sound like they have some pretty unfortunate flooding
All right, I'm
ongoing.
going to be
So
deboarding the truck for right now, and I don't know if you can see it that well in front of me, but that is the creek right there. There it is, covering the whole road right at the train trestle.
yeah, let me pull your live stream up. I don't have it up on the live stream, obviously, because I don't want to have to go through all that situation. But let me hop on your live real quick. Trying to pull up his live stream here. Hold on, folks. Let's see. There it is. So I'm looking at his live stream here, folks. I can't bring it up for reasons, but um, does appear he is it looks like just south of let's see. He's at the intersection of Second Street. So it appears like he's just underneath either I think that's a railroad bridge maybe. I can see emergency vehicles behind him. Trying to figure out where he's at. Second Street. I'm trying to remember where Second Street is. Currently talking to Beating Barry, it does sound like he is down by the Top Golf area, possibly. With looking at his live stream, obvious flooding of Shatir's Creek with road blockage. Obviously, they have roadblocks up right now, so seeing what they're doing here. So it looks like B. Dean is getting back in the vehicle. B. Dean, you are correct. Everything is flooded down there. He is down by the railroad tracks. Just saw a train drive by on his live stream. So he is down by the railroad tracks. So that would put him down by Top Golf, I'd say. Right off of 2nd Street there. So lots of ongoing flooding. I'm looking at his live stream, and it is very flooded in front of him. So definitely bad ongoing flooding here, just south of Pittsburgh. If you're just now joining. Zoom out here real quick. So they just put out. Oh no, they did not. Okay, it's coming through now. I wonder why that didn't show up earlier. That's strange. Anywho, you guys can see the flash flood warnings. Maybe it was just hidden from it being a dark background. So listening to Beating, it looks like he's seeing pretty uh, extensive flooding down near the South Fayette area, which would be down by the Top Golf in Pittsburgh. Looking at his live stream here. But he also might be seeing the marsh. There's a small little pond area down by Top Golf. Wondering if he's not seeing that possibly. Sorry I'm being quiet here. I'm trying to see what's going on. Beating's currently checking flooding out. Hey, Beating, got a copy.
Yeah, go ahead, Logan.
Hey, I don't know if you're down by Kerwin Heights at all in that vicinity, but be aware there is a marsh there. But if you're on the other side of the interstate, you might not be seeing that. You might be seeing the creek actually.
Yeah, that's well, I just shot some footage from over the embankment. It's kind of hard to see, but at BJ's Wholesale Club, the original target here, that water has come all the way up to the club. It is in the loading docks. It's inundated the loading docks. There's actually trailers parked in there
Oh,
right now that are
I
just
see
kind
where
of
he's
sitting
at
in the
now.
water. That is all throughout the parking lot. It has swallowed that whole area.
Oh, okay. I see where you're at now, actually. I see you're passing by on the left-hand side of Top Golf, so I know exactly what you're on. You're heading right to the Presto intersection that I was telling you about earlier.
That's affirmative. That intersection is clear. However, Thorns Run Road here, that when you get down to Miller's Run, that is completely closed off. That's where I was about 5-10 minutes ago, where the creek has flowed over the roadway, and I mean it is rushing through there. It sounds like a river.
All right, yeah, watch this intersection that you're coming up to. This tends to flood a lot.
Luckily, when I came through earlier, this was pretty much completely dry, and I'm thinking it probably still is. It's got free-flowing traffic, but people seem to be getting confused. They get down here, and then they just got nowhere to go, and then they turn around, and eventually they run into another place where there's nowhere to go.
You just passed the houses that I was telling you about, so that's good to see they're not flooded. So
You know, this night and this event is actually very, very crazy in Allegheny County here. Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. We've always had problems with flooding through here, and I lived here for a long time myself. Uh, you know, the radio is going insane. There is flooding on McKnight Road. There is flooding in Etna. There is flooding in Sharpsburg. Flooding in Coriopolis. Flooding in Bridgeville, Monroeville, um, Woodland Hills. There is flooding everywhere tonight.
well, the rain unfortunately just started back up and is continuing to increase on the eastern side of Pittsburgh. So definitely probably going to hear more flooding issues coming from the eastern side of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, copy that. And the East Zone I'm actually very familiar with. The East Zone is my EMS district. We have 4 towns over there that I work for. An ambulance service provides EMS for those towns. We always have flooding issues in some of these areas down there. It's only going to get worse tonight.
Alrighty, BD, keep me posted via Messenger. I'm gonna probably end my live stream here as it kind of appears like it's kind of calming down a little bit, flooding wise. Obviously, flooding is going to continue to ongo overnight due to rainfall runoff, but it does seem like the creeks may be kind of calming down for at least a little bit now.
All right, sounds good. Hit me up if you need anything else. I'm going to be in and around the area all night. And once again, you can keep it locked in here on the channel. Storm Chaser Logan Eschrich and risk correspondent BD and Barry here in the field reporting from Bridgeville, Pennsylvania. And I'll throw it back to you in the studio.
Thank you, BD. Have a good night. Stay safe and keep me posted when you get home, buddy. That road that you just passed, BD, and that's going to be that road that I was telling you about where the flood's really bad. Coming up to it right now, actually. Water lines are bursting now. That's not good. Alrighty, folks. We are back. Sorry. Had to sign off with beating there. So, as you guys can see, the rain obviously is going to continue for a little bit here in the southern portions of Pittsburgh in this vicinity. There is still rain ongoing, and obviously runoff is going to play a factor in this too for any future flooding that is going to be ongoing, and that still is probably going to continue to flood throughout the night here. Um, but it looks like the main event of rainfall has pushed off to the north and east of the most affected areas currently. Like I said, they had earlier, if you're just now joining, the National Weather Service of Pittsburgh issued a flash flood emergency for Oakdale and Coriopolis area that has now since expired as of midnight. We are almost a half hour into midnight now. They have let that flash flood emergency expire. Um, Mind you, not there is still ongoing until about I think 2:30. They said these flash flood warnings. As you can see, there is still rain in the vicinity. We're still dealing with runoff. Everybody, um, runoff plays a factor. So you may think your creek is fine right now, but you have to remember that there is ongoing um, flooding in areas, so that runoff is going to continue. So just stay safe, everybody. And if anything else on goes tonight where I need to go live, I will. Stay tuned on my channel here at Storm Chaser Logan Eschrich at PAWX Chaser, or you can follow uh, Beating Barry. He'll be doing coverage all night, live video down in that area of the Oakdale, South Fayette area, if not some other places as well. And real quick, even though this is kind of out of the area we're talking about, I just happened to see this. So, Martinsburg. So, that is going to be Martinsburg, Maryland. Sorry, West Virginia. I'm sorry, my apologies. West Virginia. Martinsburg, West Virginia. You are under a tornado warning right now. This was kind of out of the blue. It just kind of came up um, as of 2 minutes ago. This was issued. Martinsburg, you have a tornado warning currently, and this is for Martinsburg, Hedgeville, and Inwood. It is on top of you right now. If you are in Inwood, take your safe place. Same thing with Martinsburg. If you are in Martinsburg, you need to find your safe place. Knollville, Bessemer, Haynesville, Knighttown, Hedgesville, Spring Mills, North Mountain, Spring Mills and North Mountain, Falling Waters, Georgetown. This is all West Virginia here that we're talking about now, which was kind of out of place of what we were talking about, but it just happened to pop up on my screen, so I wanted to show you guys this. Currently, like I said, ongoing tornado warning. This isn't even a flash flood coverage now. This is actually a tornado warning coverage. So we are going to change that to a tornado warning issued. So currently on a tornado warning in West Virginia here. Like I said, this was kind of out of the blue. It just kind of popped up. And that is effective until 12:45. We'll see if they extend that or not. I'm going to cover this now, even though we're not doing, we were doing flooding just a minute ago. Uh, like I said, we are in West Virginia now. So you guys can see here, tornado warning right along the I-81 corridor. So Pikeside, Arden, Knollville, Rosemont, Martinsburg, Berkeley, Bessemer, Beddington, Haynesville, Knighttown, High Knob, North Martin, Spring Mills. You guys are next, I'm sure. So a tornado warning has been issued for that area of West Virginia. That's going to be for central Berkeley County, West Virginia. This was a radar indicated, so obviously no confirmed reports, but still take it as if it was confirmed. Find your safe place now. Like I said, this is a active tornado warning for the Berkeley County of West Virginia here. So we're going to continue to monitor this actually. The radio talk that you're hearing is from Pittsburgh.
We're clear in Odell. You need us anywhere else? Nope, all good.
So it sounds like units are clearing sorry, Ork Oakdale. Almost said Oakdale. Oakdale. So I would say that means flooding has kind of subsided in Oakdale for the time being. But ongoing, like I said, ongoing tornado warning. Sorry about the mispronunciation there. Ongoing tornado warning for the Berkeley County, West Virginia, here at 12:30 at night. Ongoing tornado warning. Continuing to monitor this. Wonder if we could find Berkeley County scanner. Let's take a look. Berkeley, West Virginia. There we go. We're going to listen to these guys here. Maybe. I think it keeps going offline here. We'll continue the coverage here, folks. Uh, Once again, Martinsburg, West Virginia, Berkeley, Bessemer, Haynesville, Nighttown, Spring Mills, North Mountain, Falling Waters, High Knob, Hedgeville, Knollville. You need to take your safe place action now. Go to your safe place, most interior room, away from any exterior walls or windows. There is a active tornado warning currently for your area. Right off the I-81 corridor here, folks. And I'm going to continue to try to get that radio feed up for everybody here for the area that we're watching. If we can. There we go. All right. It should be connecting here in a second. So we'll keep watching this area. Like I said, this was supposed to be flooding coverage. Now it is tornado coverage in West Virginia. So we were just tracking all this flooding in Pittsburgh. Now we're focused on this tornado warning out of the blue that has been issued for West Virginia, for Barkeley County. Because why not? Why not cover this? This is also important things to cover. So once again, this is a tornado warning currently in West Virginia. We are monitoring. We're going to keep an eye on it here, see what it ends up doing. We got the radio feed up, folks. Let's take a listen here.
Copy 973 on scene, Interstate 81, my 8-mile marker, 30 minutes.
Okay, we have, it sounds like cops on Interstate 81 here. We'll see what's going on with that. Knollville, if you're in this area, it's right on top. If you guys need to take your safe action plan now, get the cover as best as you can, away from any windows, your lowest floor possible, like the basement if you have one. If not, go to your most interior room. If you have a helmet, quickly grab one. North Mountain, Spring Mills, Hedgesville, High Knob, Cannon Hill. You guys are next in line. You need to take your guys' safe action plans now. It is almost on your doorstep. Knighttown, Haynesville, Bessemer, definitely take your guys' safe action plan now as well, including Berkeley. This is in Berkeley County, West Virginia. Definitely take your safe action plan now, as you have been issued a tornado warning. And there are cops currently on Interstate 81, so we're trying to listen to see what's going on there for that. I'm kind of seeing this little area here. I'm curious what it's doing. We'll continue to monitor that. Still ongoing here. Like I said, we're kind of listening for the radio stuff right now. As I can't tell you guys much, but there's no chasers on this stuff right now. So we're going to continue listening to these radios here. So let's take a look at this now. that out. We'll slide this over here. Give me 1 second here, folks. Still ongoing tornado warning here as well. For Kelly County, West Virginia. Take cover now. Take your safe place. If you are in that vicinity of that red polygon, you guys need to take cover, as you are under a tornado warning currently here at 12:37 in the morning a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It sounds like they're getting toned down now. Let's take a listen here.
6 Company 25 personnel respond for residential fire alarm.
Just a fire alarm.
2121 Blau Place. Alpha Charles Mill Road, Winchester Avenue, 36 minutes.
Okay, so we're back here.
Squad 25, go ahead.
Was that single company dispatch for the alarm?
Can you say that? I'm sorry.
Was that a single company dispatch for the
Transition to these guys.
Negative. We also have Frederick County 13.
Okay, if we take a look here,
Thank you.
10-4.
take a look at velocity. You guys can see this is where your tornado would be, right in this vicinity here. That would be your tornado. So Hedgeville is right on top of y'all right now. You guys can see that obvious rotation here. I don't know if they're going to extend the warning or not. We'll see if they extend the warning. It's very close to the outside of that polygon, but it does appear like it may be tightening up again. So we'll see what this does for us. So doesn't appear like they're going to extend it, but we could get an extension on this tornado warning. It does look like it is. Um, it definitely looks like it. See that little black spot there? We go back to that first scan. We bring that back to right there. Right there. See that? That's what issued the warning right there. So I'm curious to see what's. I'm surprised they did not extend that, honestly. Let's take a listen here.
Berkeley Company 20, 167, Company 65 personnel responded to request of state police for an accident with fluids leaking in near the 8-mile marker, Interstate 81 southbound, 39 minutes.
Okay, here's a vehicle accident now. So if we take a look at this, right? So it's there, but it's not much. For Kelly County, West Virginia, like I said, Berkeley.
That sounds
Berkeley,
good.
sorry. I think that's a Berkeley County.
We're going to be back in service, picture and fuel AMA.
Berkeley
Copy, 911
County,
to be
West
back in service,
Virginia
station
here.
refusal, AMA,
I
39
probably
minutes.
mispronounced that this whole time. I do apologize. If you know anybody in Berkeley County, West Virginia, let them know. Let's see what town. Like Clear Spring area. If you're in the Clear Spring area, right here, you do have a storm that possibly produced a tornado heading right just to the west of y'all. So, and like I said, this was like out of the blue. Like, did not expect this at
Perfect. Flight 16 responding. Crew 4.
12:40 in the morning.
Copy, flight
A
16
tornado
responding with a
warning,
crew of
like I said,
4.
has
They're
been
requesting
issued
safe please for a traffic accident with fluids leaking at the correction in the area of the 8 mile
for
marker
this area in
intersection.
West Virginia. I'm
Interstate
quite
81
surprised here,
southbound. Your
folks.
time is going to be on pack 140 minutes.
I've been up all day long, so I do apologize if I seem a little delayed.
Mercury Rescue 64 responding for 4.
Copy, rescue engine 64 responding with a crew of 4. As requested, safe please for an accident with fluids leaking in the area of the 8 mile marker Interstate 81 southbound. Your time is going to be on pack 140 minutes.
Nothing on the radio currently popping up for damage.
Berkeley,
So,
Frederick County, here's a 13 responding to your fire alarm.
continuing to
Frederick
listen to
County
the radio
engine
here.
13 responding for a fire alarm to 121 below place. Your assignment's going to be moved to our Berkeley TAC 2, 41 minutes.
So it does look like the next town really in line is
Copy,
Clear
engine 13
Spring
on our
here.
TAC 2.
That looks like that's the next town in line, Clear Spring. This vicinity here. And that would be your rotation here, folks, right here. That is your rotation. That's called velocity here. You got your winds coming in through here like this, and these winds just like that, going towards and away from the radar. So yeah, definitely Clear Spring. If you are in Clear Spring, take your safe place now. There is not a tornado warning issued for your area, but just take your safe precautions now, just in case. Yeah, it could be cycling. So, like I said, that tornado warning was issued for this area here, and it is now exiting that polygon, which they did not extend at the moment, at least. But definitely, if you are in Clear Spring, just take your safety precautions. Go to the most interior room if you can, away from any windows. Just be safe, just be prepared.
Berkeley engine 22 responding to the 8.
You never know, folks.
Copy, engine 2 responding to the 8 mile marker Interstate 81 southbound. Requested safe please for a traffic accident with fluids leaking. Your assignment's going to be on pack 143 minutes. Break engine 22. What's your crew status?
2.
Copy with the crew 2.
So now this tornado warning has expired. The National Weather Service of Baltimore, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. has let this warning expire, they have said now. So they are letting it expire. So they are not extending the tornado warning, which I could agree with that, as this does not look like it has much strength left at the moment. Now that does not take long, folks. So please, um, if you are in line with this, like Mercersburg area, so we're talking about Pennsylvania now, right? Mercersburg, Clear Spring vicinity, McConnellsburg, like definitely just stay safe and take your precautionary measures and just be ready. These storms can fire up just out of the clear blue, like this one did earlier, around 12:30. I was doing live coverage for Pittsburgh flooding, hence why the coverage says live flooding on it in Pittsburgh. And this happened to pop up on my alerts, and I was very confused. And then I saw where it was at. So, like I said, currently no tornado warning now. no tornado warning. So that has been let to expire. So
Berkeley units responding, Interstate 81 at the 8 mile marker, request safe please. They advise it's going to be a tractor trailer that has gone off into the roadway, into a ditch. Advise they do have fluid leaking at this time.
So we're going to continue to monitor this little cell. Like I said, see this here, folks. It's not. There's not much. There's not much there, right?
Oh, no. SWAT 16, copy.
Compared to what we had back here, where they issued the tornado warning, there's not much there anymore. So they have let that expire. I'm gonna watch this area as well. This could be a secondary area of rotation, possibly. I'm going to continue to monitor this as it makes its way just to the west of Clear Spring, heading towards the Pennsylvania line here. So I'm going to continue to monitor this. It does sound like they do have some tractor trailers off the road. That could just be from very strong winds, though. So
Berkeley, SWAT 16's on scene.
It's going to be coming from the activation area of the keypad, saying 995.
yeah, not much rotation here in the left. But we see like these could form up any second, like they just did. Brief little tornadoes, little spin ups.
Copy squad 16 on scene, 8 mile marker, Interstate 81 south on 46 miles.
Flooding reports coming in up this way now. Just before 12:30. So we'll continue to monitor this here. See what this is bringing us. Possibly here when it crosses into Pennsylvania, we'll see what it does. Just kind of watching around here. Definitely looks like there's not much left of that rotation that they had there. And we can switch back to our reflectivity here. There's a tornado warning down by Virginia Beach now as well.
Copy engine 22 on scene, Interstate 81 at southbound, 8 mile marker, 48 minutes.
So if you're in the Virginia Beach area, definitely take your safe place, as y'all are under a tornado warning now as well. That tornado warning was set to expire here, allowed to expire down here by Hedgesville, Martinsburg area. Had a small little possible brief spin up there, not confirmed though, obviously. That's for the National Weather Service to decide. But they did issue a tornado warning for that area. It's like I said, it is set to expire, which it has. So But all this heavy rain here is going to be pushing up into central Pennsylvania and then up into my area at some point here. So we'll see what that brings us. I mean, it's going to probably go just to the east of our county, possibly the real heavy stuff. Probably going to push up this way here, right up through this way. So definitely keep an eye on it though, as it crosses its way into Pennsylvania. So with that tornado warning being discontinued here, letting it expire, let's hop back over here to um, Pittsburgh, as I see that they took away that flood warning now. Flash flood warning is expired now, and for Oakdale, and I did listen as they did say they were clearing Oakdale, so Oakdale has been
Westlake,
cleared
Frederick
now.
County is 13th on the state. Middle of the road townhouse, type 5. We'll be out checking.
They cleared Oakdale from flood people. Definitely still ongoing flooding down here in South Fayette, though. That's for sure. Still ongoing. But a lot of that rain has moved out of the area, so that is a good sign and relief for a lot, I'm sure. Let's check on Storm Chaser B. Dean Berry here. Hey B. Dean, you got a copy? And if y'all are wondering why I'm not actually out there chasing the storms, I have a full-time job that I have to do. So, and I was training today, so I had no time to take off. Training somebody is a little bit more important to me, as I want them to be able to do their job properly. So, and I am kind of happy I didn't take off today. So now they have let the flash flood warnings expire for the entire Pittsburgh area here. Really, the only flood warning left is up in the Oil City, Clarion, Tanning, Newcastle, Grove City, Hermitage, Greenville area. And that doesn't expire for another hour and a half. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of smaller creeks are flooding here. But I really should have this radar turned on. That would, yeah, see here. There we go. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. It would help if I had the radar turned on, folks. So you can see all of this rain. Look how much rain that is, folks. That's crazy amount of heavy rain, and that is coming straight for me. Straight for my area. Luckily, I live on a plateau, so we really don't get much flooding in my area. Uh, but I could definitely, especially this right here, I'm watching that. I am very curious what that's going to do. That will likely cause flooding, I'm sure. So we are back on the flash flood coverage here, folks, as it does appear the tornado warning has subsided and was able to expire, like I said earlier here, for the West Virginia area that we were talking about. Virginia Beach, you're still under a tornado warning. But as y'all can see, lots and lots of heavy rain pushing up towards Jamestown. Would not be surprised if Jamestown even gets a little bit of flooding. Um, if the National Weather Service does issue a flood warning, I wouldn't be surprised if it's in this general vicinity here soon. Very heavy rainfall coming through the area of St. Mary's, Treasure Lake, that vicinity. Now, there's a report of river/creek overflowing or even basement flooding here just not too long ago, about a half hour ago, roughly. Lots of rain coming in. Lots of rain. We'll continue to monitor this. If this will cause any flooding, it will definitely be overnight, making a lot of back roads pretty sketchy up this way. So definitely going to continue to monitor. And as you guys can see, all of the flash flood warnings have been allowed to expire actually for the Pittsburgh area and excuse me, and the northern area of Pittsburgh, also out of that zone now. So those warnings have been dropped and allowed to expire. But I'm gonna monitor this area. See this little line here, this little kind of push out. So we'll sit here and monitor this for sure. We shall see what this brings, and I'll be able to tell you because it's coming straight from my house. Tell you what it brings. And real quick, while we wait here, I'll be right back, folks. Stay tuned. Do not leave this live. We're trying to cover some awesome flash flooding. I mean, this is a very, very large amount of rain coming through the area. Pittsburgh saw upwards to 3 to 4 inches of rain today. A crazy amount of rain, massive flooding down that way. Beating Barry, which is he owns and operates Keystone Prime. Once again, it's Beating Barry. He's out there in the field right now down by Pittsburgh live streaming for LSM and Keystone Prime. Like I said, he is out on locations down in the Pittsburgh area that are having massive flooding issues right now. And the flood warnings and all that has expired as the heaviest rain has pushed out of the area. But I'm sure that flooding is going to continue throughout the night, I'm sure. So we're probably next in line here, this general vicinity. I would not be surprised if we get a little bit of a flash flood warning for maybe a little bit, but I could be wrong. So we'll continue to monitor this. I'm going to take a quick break real quick. So please feel free to stick around and hang tight with me. I'll be right back, folks. Thank you.
Squad 25, back in service. 102. Paramedic 982's en route BMC. Copy, Paramedic 982 en route to Berkeley Medical Center 103.
Berkeley Squad 25, in quarters.
Five. Berkeley to Paramedic 981. Berkeley to Paramedic 981. Berkeley to Mobile 9. Mobile 9 pass.
We have traffic for 981.
Affirmative. Medical examiner's requesting a public service. He advised to call ME2 on the landline.
Copy.
Copy to rescue engine 64.
Yeah.
Checking status of all units.
All units secure.
Copy secure 114.
Berkeley, 81 can be shut down this time.
Copy. Copy 81 shut down at this time 117.
Alrighty, folks, I am back here. As you guys can see, we do have this flash flooding event possibly still going to occur here in the Pennsylvania vicinity here of the northwestern portion of Pennsylvania. Very, very heavy rain making its way up towards the Jamestown area. If anywhere, I would believe that the Warren, Youngsville, Spring Creek, and Busti Jamestown area could possibly see some flash flooding, if not more of the Corey, Titusville area. They were in a flash flood warning uh, uh, 20 minutes ago, I'd say, that has been allowed to expire. We do have this line coming off of this I say little, big blob of rain. We're going to continue to monitor this as this is coming like straight for my county. So we're going to keep on watching this. Lots of rain still left to push up through Pennsylvania, through the state. So if anywhere that's going to have flooding, it's going to be in this area here.
Berkeley to Company 1, paramedic responds for an allergic reaction,
So,
719,
and there has been
719, West
reports
King
of
Street,
flooding
121.
ongoing through this vicinity right here. So we'll keep an eye on it and all that too. But I am going to continue to watch this area as well of the storms. Which obviously that's just a big gust of wind. So that's what we're kind of watching here, folks. Not a crazy amount going on. Pittsburgh obviously is still flooding, but their flash flood warnings have been allowed to expire. But they're going to continue to have runoff for a few hours from now, continuing to flood smaller roadways and such. So, smaller roadways and such are going to cause even they're going to have flooding as well. So, and it might take some time for that stuff to kind of settle down as a lot of Pittsburgh is hills. So it might take some time for Pittsburgh to kind of quote unquote drain out. So uh, we're kind of shifting the focus here up to the northwestern portion of Pennsylvania here, of Warren County and McKean County as well. Just kind of watching, keeping our eyes on this. Could be a little bit of flash flooding with this. I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere in this vicinity has some ongoing flash flooding here. So, if anything happens, I will be back live again. Uh, this is all of it. I mean, look at that, all that rain coming right up through Pennsylvania here. We've had rain all day today and yesterday. Well, last night. Last night it rained
Paramedic 5 responding
all
for an
throughout this
allergic
morning.
reaction, 719, 719, West King Street.
Definitely a little gust of wind there kicking out, pushing its way out. So definitely should see a little bit of gusty winds, probably a little bit of thunder, I'd say, with that, and a lot of rain off of this area here. I think I'm gonna end my live stream here, folks. Thank you guys so much for joining. For those who have joined, I really do appreciate your help and support. If you would like to continue to follow my storm chasing adventures, you can hit that subscribe button here on the YouTube channel. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.